Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 2 of That's About Right.
Right.
Wrong. This.
Oh.
And this one is a special one because this is it's episode 2, but it's part 1 of our space discussion. Because,
Yes.
Of course, in was it 1999? Hold on, let me check. I should have actually got that page open.
Yes, you should have. But
yeah.
while you're opening it,
1999 space sitcom. So we're gonna talk about that because I am the Wash,
and I am Random Bystander here.
Hi everyone. Do I need to get the opening lines generator again?
Bring that back from 3.
I mean, you can't make a reference to the episodes. Come on.
I didn't prepare anything. Oh. How about I'm a painter. I paint anger and fear and pain.
There we go.
And aggression. There we go.
Ah!
Ow! Yeah. So.
So we watched Space.
Yes, we did.
Am I the only one who thought it was going to be an outer space themed show at first?
I thought it was gonna be completely episodic. None of the episodes are gonna have anything to do with each other. I was wrong.
At least for these first three episodes, it's not episodic. There actually is an overarching arc to this. Because beyond that, all you knew was Simon Pegg, Nick Frost was somewhere in there, and
except he wasn't.
Yeah, he doesn't really show up till episode he shows up for a couple frames. In episode
one, yeah. No, don't worry. We will get some more.
Oh no, we got some already, in episode 2.
No, but
in 3.
But trust me. It's not just gonna be a one-off joke. You are gonna get do Mike episodes. So don't worry about that. But we're already jumping ahead of ourselves. Gosh, how do we start this then? Do we just begin the discussion of episode 1 since that stepped up the whole premise?
I mean, it does. It does.
It does. Let's go for it. We're going to talk about episode 1 of Space.
Episode 1, appropriately titled Beginnings. The basic premise of episode 1 is Simon Pegg plays as Tim, and Jessica Stevenson, now Jessica Hines, plays as Daisy. And Tim and Daisy are looking for apartments. They met each other at a coffee shop. It was just out of force of habit that they just started being friendly with each other. And the only flat or apartment that was available was for professional couples only. So they set up a scheme to get to know each other really well so they could fake being a couple even though they're just platonic friends. And that's the show. There's some smaller kookiness that goes along the way, but that's at least what we got in episode 1.
Yeah, that's basically the whole episode, just setting up that concept to the point where the opening scene has them talking to the people that they're leaving or someone they're leaving, but it's at first you think they're talking to each other, but it turns out they are not talking to each other at first. Mm-hmm. That's some Edgar Wrightness right there. I thought that was clever because it sets up that the characters are in such similar predicaments. Yeah. And it sets them up for wanting what they're going to do. And then you have them meet up at the coffee shop, and they just have a conversation. And then you slowly have I forget what song's playing in the. It's The King and I, a song from The King and I. Oh. Oddly enough, getting to know you.
Oh, that's the one. Yes.
Yes, I didn't know
and
I was like, yes. King and I. Okay. Weird choice, but it works.
It's,
I don't. Did you guys even know that it was from a musical?
I did not know it from that musical. I mean, the lyrics is literally getting to know you, so it's pretty easy to tell what they're saying here.
Yes. Did you know, Kirby fan? Because you're more fluent in musicals than I am.
Putting you on the spot.
No, I didn't. Well, okay, I knew it was from The King and I. I just honestly, maybe I was preoccupied. I don't know. I don't remember that song being there.
It was during the montage when they start like revisiting each other again and again.
You know, when they start getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's from The King and I.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll trust you two on that one.
It is. People in the comments comment that it's from The King and I. You don't even have to like and I mean, I would appreciate it if you did like and comment and subscribe, but make sure that you comment that it was from The King and I.
If you comment, you have a contractual obligation to also like and subscribe.
Yes.
Yes, that's how it works.
Speaking of getting to know you, we now that we've gotten to know Nick and Daisy, at least at the
did you say Nick?
Now that we've gotten to know Tim and Daisy, what do we think of Tim and Daisy in episode 1?
Simon Pegg is good. He's just Simon Pegg. He's a good actor, and he plays Tim well. I don't see much differences from him and his Shaun of the Dead character. And that's going to be especially prevalent in episode 3.
We'll talk about that.
We'll talk about that, but he seems like a slightly more responsible version of his character in Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah, even if it's not much of a job, he has a job and he has hobbies.
Yeah, he does have like genuine and he does have genuine skills. And unlike Daisy, although this is again jumping to episode 3, he actually seems to be like focused on his job, and he actually keeps up with his job. With Jessica Hines, I guess she's still, with Daisy, the character's name, I guess she's just still looking.
Well, no, she's a
writer.
A freelance writer.
She's a writer. But like for what? Like what?
For nothing.
For nothing. Like she's looking for work.
She's looking for work.
She's looking for work. That's right. Yeah, but like Simon Pegg's at least assistant manager in a store of 2.
He's number 2 in a store of 2.
You know what? That's better. He's getting paid, and he is technically doing something that's gonna help him. Because he wants to make comic book stuff to be a graphic artist. So
yeah,
it's good to know the trade about a comic book shop and the recent comics and stuff.
Oh, sure, of course, it helps.
What other thing? But yeah, I like Simon Pegg. Like I said, he's basically just a more responsible Shaun of the Dead character.
Yeah, he still has the same relationship issues.
Yes.
I do like the when they finally move out. He starts taking all the stuff from his ex's flat. And he says, "Oh, I'm moving in with someone." And so,
and you're about to move in with her.
Well, yeah, and you've got absolutely no right to be upset. Okay, you're the one that ended this. You're the one seeing someone else. I'm moving on, Sarah. If you don't like that, that's too bad.
And it's like it's so clear that he feels like confident that he suddenly has like control over the conversation. And then as soon as the ex says, "Do you love her?" he just breaks down. And she shuts the door.
And then she's like, "Oh, good, thank you."
Close the door right on him.
Yeah. I like that. I like that. That he's I mean, it's clear that he hasn't let go.
Yeah, but at least he's away from her, so that's all that matters.
Yeah.
And do we meet the other characters in the?
We do meet Marcia, I think her name is, and we also meet Brian.
Brian, oh God, Brian.
Yeah. Yes. We technically meet all of the main characters. Her friend. Oh God. don't know where.
I don't remember her friend's name either. I do not remember.
Okay, yeah. Twist. Twist is the name of the friend. She makes like a very brief cameo. Like when they're like talking about their friends. Like even Mike had like more of a cameo than Twist in this episode.
We also meet Daisy's boyfriend, who is away over in college, but calls whenever they can.
Yeah,
and he just seems like a dork.
Well, she seems like
there.
a dork.
He's there.
Yeah, he's there, and she's there. She seems like a dork. I would say that it's kind of like a maybe not nearly as like antagonistic, but it's like a Tim is the Squidward to Daisy's SpongeBob. Like Daisy's is more like a little more like bright-eyed, optimistic. Maybe
she's also a lot lazier.
She's much lazier. Well, they kind of complement each other in laziness. They have their own kinds of laziness. What do we?
Yeah, but Tim has, things to do, a job, a goal. She sits. I don't think this is episode 1, but she sits down at the typewriter. 2 minutes.
That's episode 2.
That's episode 2. So I won't get into that. Maybe based on episode 1, you can kind of tell that. Just on the fact that he actually has a job, and they have to make up something. Yeah. Really, I mean, they make up something convoluted anyway, but it's especially convoluted for her because she just doesn't have anything.
Yeah. What do we think though? Kirbyfan, you've been a bit quiet on the characters. What do you think on what do you think on Daisy?
I like her more. I like her of the two. I like her more. I just feel like she's I wouldn't necessarily say SpongeBob to Squidward, but Tim is definitely the pseudo straight man. Daisy is the comic, the driving. She is the driving force of a lot of stuff, and I just think that kind of makes her more fun to watch. But I mean, I love Simon Pegg. The character's the character of Tim is a good time and everything, but I just love Simon Pegg.
There's that one like face that he does where he like scrunches up his face and sticks out his tongue that is starting to see a lot of.
Yeah, or when he gets like annoyed at something, he'll look to the left and then look back.
Yeah. So I think I agree that I like I think they're still comparable to me, at least so far in this one. I like them both. I think they both have their own strengths in comedy.
I like when they finally just had enough of meeting each other at the bar every day. When she broke down and Tim says, "You don't see me crying about it." She hands him a tissue, and they both just start crying at each other.
No, it's like you don't see me cry. He's like honking.
Honk.
Honk.
Yeah, it was so. And then there's that great. This is one of those jokes in space that I'll always remember. Is at a certain point they're talking. Daisy gets spooked by something in Tim's room, and she says, "I was just playing a little Scooby Doo. I always used to be Daphne. What about you? Oh, Freddy, of course. And look at us now." And they both perfectly set up for the Shaggy and Velma.
That was such an odd joke. I was like,
it was so specific, but it was. I agree, it was really funny.
Oh, it was great.
What I especially love is that it's you don't Tim has the green shirt, but Daisy she has an apron on the whole time, and it's only when she takes it off that not only do you see the sweater underneath, but her glasses that are on her head flips on.
Yeah.
It's framed together so well, and it's one of those things that is you can tell that they were like collaborating with Edgar on this just to try to get this just right.
It was great.
Yeah.
I love how whenever like someone questioned their story, there would always be like, "Shit," and you see like a close up of them.
Yeah, would zoom in on them. Dramatic music starts to play.
So like, I wish you were telepathic, Tim. And then later on, that joke pays off. It's like,
No,
oh god, that was close. You could say that again.
No, I wish he was telepathic. Zooms to him. Nothing. Oh, of course he isn't.
no. The part that I liked was when they did that where they said the anniversary line 3 years, 5 months, and 3 days, whatever, and the landlady said, that's what you said 2 days ago.
That was episode 2.
No, that was episode 1.
No, that was episode 1. Yeah,
it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, continue then.
Yeah. And then they make an explanation about like, oh, we have 2 anniversaries, one when we get intimate and one when we kiss. And then the artist,
Brian.
but it is Brian. Oh my god. Okay, I don't know why I doubted myself. Brian said, so you had sex before you kissed, and it's like, dun. Yeah. It's not even like a gap in between that. Just like, yeah, that's what we do.
Oh god, it's such clever use of jokes.
Also, before we get to Brian, there was that like there were those like twin girls inside the closet when they were like exploring.
That's something that's Edgar Wright.
I feel like that was just something that they just like threw out there. Is it like what if we just tried to make this like a horror apartment and just try to do all the horror tropes, and they just have like just 2 like twin girls. It's like, it took us forever and ever and ever.
Tim and Daisy just look scared.
Yeah, you see the red filter.
Oh yeah, the red filter. That's right.
Oh, it was great. That's so great. I don't know why they did it, and I don't know if the twins ever come back again.
They did not come back in the 3 episodes that we watched.
Yeah, there might be some characters. I remember like a couple characters that get mentioned in the first episode that do come back later. But again, we'll get to that when we get to that.
Yep.
Because of how we split that up. Do we have time to talk about Brian real quick?
We have 4 seconds.
Oh shit. Okay. Then I guess we can talk about. I guess we can talk about
0
Brian.
seconds.
Okay. So episode 2, Gatherings. Random, you explain the episode.
Gatherings. Basically, Daisy's the biggest procrastinator, and she wants to decide to throw a party.
Relatable.
Oh god, so relatable. Holy crap. There have no idea how many times as a writer or an editor where I wanted to do everything besides write or edit. Or stream. Either way. But I felt that so hard, and I was like, she's struggling of when she like decides to have a party, and then she wants to invite everybody. She wants to invite Brian. She wants to invite
Twist.
Marsha,
Twist.
Marsha.
Yeah.
Marsha and Twist.
Yeah.
And Mike gets invited. The Paperboy gets invited.
And it's
who are you? The Paperboy.
And it's just the worst party.
It's really the worst.
I will defend those songs though, because those are some great songs.
Yeah. But yeah, literally, what happens is they just have a really bad party, and like they're just trying to survive the party. Eventually they decide to just ditch that party and go to the teenagers' party, which is we don't really see because it's enveloped in a white light.
It's just
with
like
people like moving like those noodles you see on top of car dealerships.
Sure.
That's what it reminded me of. That's what their dancing reminded me of.
Car dealerships?
Do you know like the big noodle inflatables that like wave around?
The inflatable noodle. It's kind of. I thought you were talking about like they were dancing, like they were like dancers on top of car dealership, like teenage dancers on top of car.
No.
Okay.
At least I hope not.
All right. Well, that is episode 2. And yeah,
my favorite moment of the episode was when they eventually come clean to Brian about how they are not a couple, and they're just like, please don't tell Marsha. And then I think Marsha or somebody is just question that no,
it's Marsha.
Marsha
No,
asked,
specifically
"Where do I
what
put
it
my-"
was. She arrives at the party. She goes, "Where do I put my coat?" They're all shocked because they don't want to say put it in her room like they just did to Brian. And Brian says, "Don't worry, I'll put it in Tim and Daisy's room."
And then,
and then
they do a dramatic turn, and I'll let you finish.
No, you can finish.
You can do it.
No, all right. They do a dramatic turn, and then Brian just finger guns them with like a sound effect playing, and it was just so perfect.
And then he trips and falls.
Yes, he trips and falls. It wasn't funny. It was just the shot. It was so cool to me when they opened the freezer, I think, and it was from the perspective was from like inside of the freezer.
Oh yeah.
That shot was so cool. It didn't mean anything. It was really cool.
It was supposed to be like a 2001: A Space Odyssey reference because like there's a magnet on the freezer that said, I think it said like cow 1000 or something like that. And they start saying like it's almost like the freezer is self-aware, and then that's it.
Yeah. That's it. That's just it.
And I know that feeling.
This was the episode that had we're supposed to be a couple. Relax. It's not like anyone's listening. No. Relax. Nobody's listening.
Oh yeah.
That's such a weird joke that just.
I know, and it's just there.
There's a lot of those like throwaway gags. It's just all over the place. I like them. I like those throwaway gags. I honestly like.
I like them too.
They had a lot of they had a lot of flavor to it. It's quite fun. And in a lot of ways it informed the characters as well. Just like like going to the sort of refrigerator gag. There's that part where like when they finally give up on the try to give up on the party, and they try to convince Daisy to give up on the party, but they do like a Invasion of the Body Snatchers reference, I think, where it'd be like, join us.
You must join us.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
You're like, all right. There's like no tension in that.
I will say, with the final shot of them going to the party in the light, I don't know why I got the World's End vibe from that.
I think I can sort of see. I mean, there's none of the crazy shit in World's End, but they do play a lot with like bright lights in World's End. So yeah, I can see what you mean by that. What I like in this one was because like it's the whole premise is that they're platonic friends pretending to be a couple, and there's a scene in here where they said where they. It looks like they just had sex, and they were saying like, we had to do it eventually, you know. It would have built up like way too much tension.
Oh god!
It would have built up.
And it was just they cleaned up the room.
Just cleaned up the room, yeah. So what do we do now? We should descale the teapot. You filthy bitch! You love it.
And she's like, yeah.
Oh my! The other thing I liked were the sex noises. Where, and then there's a callback later where I think Daisy's boyfriend calls, and Simon Pegg.
I can hear sex noises.
Such a dork.
He's a dork, yeah.
But it's just funny. It's just so funny.
Yeah,
and it's a great callback too.
And this is where we start to see more of Mike. Showing up to the party.
Yes. Who literally brings a gun.
He brings a gun. He works security for the door.
That's his role at the party. You go to like close the door, and there he is. He's like, "Hi."
Yeah.
Nick Frost.
I want to know what this flashback is about.
Yes.
Even if I hated this, I don't. But even if I hated this, I'd keep watching just to see what the flashback builds up to.
And it's so funny, like seeing all the ways that they like they upend the flashback.
I like in this one, the flashback starts. Tim smacks him, and then the camera just zooms down, and Tim smacks him.
Yeah. We don't have time for that now.
That's
such an Edgar Wright thing.
My favorite one is it's just how we're gonna it's something, it's a term that we have to bring back from Mike to University. Like Mike is just a Walter character.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
We haven't used that one in a while.
Yeah.
You have to like go back to Master University to understand the explanation of that one. But like the line that I love in this one was he says like because they're getting angry about like Tim's angry about the party and everything, and it's like, when did we get old or something like that? Everyone gets old. Everyone except but my cousin Adam. What's so special about your cousin Adam? He's getting younger. Bastard. What are we gonna do now? There's nothing we can do. The government knows.
It's not about Adam.
That reminds me of Airplane a bit.
Yeah, it does. There's so many jokes where it's like it's there's so many jokes where they like they're like it's like they're talking to each other, but they're not talking about the same thing. All these just misunderstanding gags and stuff.
Oh my god! You can't tell me how. Wait, I can't even reenact the joke. I'm just so.
You can. I can't tell. You can tell me. I'm a doctor.
Not for another 2 hours. You can't tell me for another 2 hours.
Yeah. Something like that. I'll just say.
Yes.
But what do we think of the episode itself? We jumped in a lot of different jokes. What do we think of the episode itself?
It was a good episode. Like it was a good way to introduce some of the character, or not introduce, more like flesh out more of the characters, like Twist and Mike, who had very brief cameos in the first episode, but now we get a little bit more about Twist, who is basically the friend who brings down her other friends.
Mm-hmm.
Mike is weird. Mike is Mike.
Mike is Mike. Yeah,
he's a Mike.
It's a joke. It's like artist, writer, Mike.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah, it is a lot more like joke focused, this one.
Yes. I mean, the main story thing is that Brian finds out the truth about them.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
But that doesn't really like, it's not like they again played for laughs. It's not like a huge drama point.
Yeah.
It's just more like, hey, I will say that, it's more obvious as it goes on from episode 1, but it's enhanced more in episode 2. There's something going on, or at least Marsha wishes there was something going on between her and Brian.
Oh yes, there's even a line where Tim asks, "What's the deal with you and Marsha? You know about the deal?"
And on that funny joke, 10 minutes is up.
Okay. Well, we're really speed running through this. I feel like maybe we did need those 15 minutes after all. But let's go to.
Honestly, there wasn't really too much to say about this one.
Okay, then let's get to the one that probably has too much to say about it.
Oh God.
Yeah, let's get going. Episode 3, which is called
Art.
Oh, boy. That's a
Kirby fan. Since Random and I did the summaries. What is the premise of episode 3, Art?
Tim is playing Resident Evil 2. Mm-hmm. He's got good taste in video games if he's playing Resident Evil 2.
That's right.
And then I don't know, there's another plot. He's playing Resident Evil 2. That's my takeaway.
So,
well, can I redo that now?
I'd like to see you try and do better.
Okay. Yes, Resident Evil 2, it's great. But also, Daisy gets a job interview for a certain like women's fashion magazine or something.
Flaps, I think it's called. Yeah,
Flaps. And not only that, Brian gets called to go to his old artistic playwright partner's theatrical play, and he just debates whether to go or not. And oh God, they go. And oh yeah, I'll say on that alone. I have so much to say about that.
Oh, about the play?
Oh my God, yes.
Well, okay. You sound more excited about that than I am because
they play it out as like it's just nonsense, and it is.
Yeah,
it totally is. It's absurdist theater. Yeah. But not only have I seen shows like this, I've been in shows like this.
I honestly want to hear those stories, but I don't think we have the time for it.
I will just say that I was like, oh my God, this is so accurate with no one knows what's going on, but people just doing random things just for the sake of art. I was like, oh my God, it brought me back to when I was in a production of No Exit, where literally this was just absurdist theater.
That's right.
And they literally had they had the 3 characters and just me and along with like 7 other people just in masks, just repeating things randomly, lines from the script for no logical reason. And I was just like, oh my god, they nailed it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good because.
But they play it for laughs because it's so
no. I'm glad I'm glad that they nailed theater because the non-binary character, they sure did not nail that one.
No, they didn't. That was bad.
No, not at all.
No.
1999. Look. Let's be frank. Like 1990, like in 1999's early 2000s, like representations of gay, lesbian characters, not all that great. Trans and non-binary characters, as if you're gonna have good representation. As if you're gonna have good representation. God damn.
That was bad.
I would like when I heard like gender non-specific, I was like, oh, there's a non-binary character, and then immediately it's like dead naming, misgendering, slurs, like, oh no.
All the rapid fire.
Just rapid fire, exactly. It was so rapid fire. It's just like, oh no. I actually had to like pause it and just like walk off for a bit and just sheer shock. I was like, oh, this.
And I mean, to add fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
When Tim first hears the she pronouns and then gets dead named, Tim says, oh, he's a tranny. So not only is the he incorrect, but
if you want to do,
I mean, I'm not here saying, those two words are comparable to everything else. It's just the cherry on top.
If you're gonna do an extremely generous reading, you could say that you could posit that the vulva is genderqueer and uses both he and she pronouns. That's not, but again, that's extremely generous. And that's certainly not what has happened here.
Hey, it's me, The Wash, from the Vocaloid future. I don't know why I said genderqueer when I meant gender fluid, though bigender and demigender are also possible for this character. Point is, trans rights are human rights. Now back to the discussion.
Didn't help that they made the character look like a dick. No pun intended, or any joke.
No. If it weren't for that, I would actually say this is a pretty good episode about just like cutting ties with toxic people, because that is like it's clear that like Brian really really appreciates vulva artistically, but it's very clear that they fell out for a reason.
Yes,
she is extremely toxic.
Yes.
So I can appreciate that. It's everything about vulva that makes it hard to defend.
Alright,
I kind of like, it was kind of funny how Resident Evil 2 came back at the end, though.
That's all the good I have to say about the Absurdist Theater, fine, whatever, but like, everything about the episode that's worth talking about, it all comes back to Resident Evil 2. It just so happens that Resident Evil 2 is really good.
Yeah,
they even play like a line from Resident Evil. There's no reason to stay here any longer than necessary.
Yes.
And it's just extremely compressed PlayStation 1 audio.
It's great. In the middle of that, Daisy had a job interview where she, I think, took some drugs, and that made her paranoid.
Yes.
That was a thing.
Yeah, that was just a thing.
Yeah, didn't really. I mean, there was a cock joke.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That didn't really. I mean, But then she, at the interview, they like say that they did judge her for not like drinking something, and then she just says "girl power," and then she doesn't get the job.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of knew, and I think like once the interview finished up, like it just kind of like that arc was already finished, and they were just going back to Brian's arc.
Yeah.
I do like Brian in this. I kind of like Brian. I like the.
He's turning into one of my favorite characters so far.
Yeah. I like that he's I mean, he's obviously very artful and stuff, and he always like stroking his chin and just in like a constant...
He always looks nervous.
Yeah. He's like scanning the room, like just waiting for something to pop.
I will say it was fun. Since we usually saw him nervous, it was fun for him to just get up in costume and just like pretend to talk to Volva.
Yeah. That was actually a really good part of the episode.
Yeah, and he got like so angry at himself, fucking loser.
Yeah.
and it's like so much of like the way it's edited and the way it's performed that really heightens the joke, and it's like you feel bad. It's like really hard on himself, and it's like the going back to the Resident Evil, like the when Simon punches Volva, like he just has like this sudden like, my God, this changes everything. Like a punch.
Resident Evil 2 saves lives.
That's the name of the episode, guys.
Beyond the awful representation, there's also some of the you know what, there's an ending there where in the credits, the credits scene, Daisy puts up her own one person show about her interview, and you know what, it almost certainly just because like I know what she's going through, but that one made way more sense.
Well, yes, because we knew the context of that.
Not as easy as it looks, is it?
Yeah.
This was very interesting. Nice to have met you. I don't like the flower.
Yeah, it again, absurdist theater. It was just like, wow. They are really poking fun at this genre, and I love it. That's why I like this episode, because a part of me was just like, wow, they are just jabbing at this, and I'm like, oh God, this is pretty much how I felt.
I feel like that's exactly how Brian's art is, and they're always poking fun at that.
Yeah, they poke fun at some of his artistic. You know what? It's I don't know. Like it's still valid. It's still art.
Yeah, it's still art.
Yeah,
I'm not saying they're demeaning it. They're just poking fun at it.
Yeah, that's true. That like it's and I feel like they don't punch too hard, at least not yet. I don't know how bad it gets later. But like it's poking fun, but it's also just like that's what artists are. We don't make a whole lot of sense.
No, we don't.
Speaking of a whole lot of sense, it makes sense that the timer's up.
Of course it does.
Yes.
So there we go. That's pretty much does it. There will probably be some other jokes that we probably would want to discuss with this, but that's really it with these first 3 episodes.
Final thoughts on these episodes?
Yeah, on part 1 of Space. Whatever. Of initial final thoughts.
It has nothing to do with space, as I thought. But it still surprised me. Like, I thought I wasn't going to enjoy it as much as I did, and I am. So
that's good.
I'm interested to see where things go.
Mm-hmm.
It's not right now. It's not at the point where it's like, oh my God, I have to find out what happens. More like, okay, this is pretty funny. Let's see what else you got. And I don't know. I'm just kind of looking forward to it. That's all. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Oh,
yeah, it's pretty good. It was better than I thought it would be. It exceeded my expectations.
Well, I'm glad. I was a little nervous about that. KirbyFan, what is your initial final thought?
I mean, if you're gonna ask me what the best thing about it is,
it's Resident Evil 2.
It's right. Yeah, duh. Like, can't even compare. But I like it. It's it's funny, and I really, when the editing is good and the jokes are good, I like that. There's just that in between where sometimes things are just kind of there's I don't want to say dead air, but I can't really think of a better word. So there's a lot of dead air sometimes, and it's kind of when it's good, it's really good, but when it's not, it just kind of meanders and it's all right. Except for when it's toxic and problematic, in which case,
yeah. Hopefully, it's not like that anymore.
Yeah, here's hoping. But
genuinely hoping.
But I like the main duo. I like Brian. I like Mike. Marsha didn't really do much for me. I don't really care about her all that much. But I like the other characters. Some great editing, some good shots. I'm not super into it yet. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna keep watching. I don't dislike it. If we weren't watching it for the podcast, I don't know if I'd go back to it. If anything, I just go back to like a clip show of the flashbacks because I have to know what these are here for.
What if we never find out?
We know.
I'm not gonna tell you. Hold on.
If we don't find out, I'm actively going to like. Be upset. Like a big part of my interest for this is the flashback. So we don't find out. I might not even like the show very much, I'll be honest. But hey, you know what God. I do like? Resident Evil 2.
Great. And your thoughts, I guess, Wash?
Okay. I guess.
I'm sorry, I was yawning. And your thoughts, I guess, Wash?
He said I guess again.
My thoughts, I guess, it's great. First few episodes, it gets a bit, I feel like it's still gonna need some time to develop itself and really figure out like what kind of show this is gonna be. But I feel like it's got pretty good ground so far. So far at least at the end of episode 3, I feel like Tim is a bit too sarcastic and a bit too it can get a bit like mean-spirited in parts. Especially in episode 3 when he was like really dissing on the art and and on Volva. Beyond that, yeah, it's okay. It's hard for me to talk about a lot of it because I feel like a lot of what I like it shows up in later episodes. So it's what we got is a good setup and things are just kind of struggling along. Yeah, I'm excited to see what how this will go. And I'm also excited that like we finally get to do a podcast about a TV show.
Yeah, that's the thing with TV shows. What we think right now may change later on because depending on the show, I don't know if it's going to do this, but maybe they'll take something from the very beginning of the show and it'll matter all the way to the end of the show. And knowing Edgar Wright, probably going to do that.
Like the flashback.
that flashback might come up again.
If it doesn't, I'm gonna be so laughing so hard.
I'm gonna be very upset.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring it back just for the sake of more jokes.
But yeah, that's that. And also this is because it's television. That means that certain characters that still need their time to develop. Like Mike, it's only in episode 2 that we get that much of Mike. That's the start of the flashback. But it's with television you can have like an episode dedicated to one character, like with Brian in this case. And episode 2 was a bit of it's kind of more of like a Daisy story in that case. So yeah,
Daisy and Brian, I'd say. Yeah,
so we'll probably get to know more about Marsha and Twist and all those all the other characters. And yeah, that does it for these 3. Since I have seen Space before, I can at least say for now that my ranking from the bottom up is 3, 1, 2. I feel like
are we ranking the episodes?
If you want to, because I mean I know that we did like initial thoughts ranking, but I don't know if that's something you want to do.
I don't know.
I'm just doing it for my own sake. But I'm just
all right. Here's my ranking. It's a little similar to Wash's, but there's a major upset. It's from the bottom up. It's 3, 1, 2, Resident Evil 2.
I'm going to say,
I mean, I'm not actually going to be ranking these. I just wanted to
3, 2, 1. I've never played Resident Evil.
What?
2, so.
When can we have a Resident Evil spective?
I've never played any of the Resident Evil games.
Well, that's perfect.
How do you do an episode about like a 20-hour video game?
We'll find a way.
Simon Pegg.
Yeah, Simon Pegg. We have Simon Pegg come to the podcast.
Hey, remember when you played Resident Evil 2 that one time for space? What was that like? Tell me.
Yes, you, Edgar Wright, you played Resident Evil 2 on the TV show. He showed up in he did have a cameo in the first episode. He was one of the potheads in Daisy's old apartment.
I thought that was him.
Yep.
Oh, that was. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that was also, I guess, a start of his cameos of being a pothead. But yeah, that about.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's about right.
That's about right. Yeah. It's very clear why 3 is on the bottom. I'm really hoping that's the worst we're gonna get, because that one was woof. But
I mean, I like them making fun of absurdist theater, but
yeah, and as I said, like if I can somehow ignore how they handle vulva, I can get behind the message of it, and I like Brian in this. I like Brian arc in this. That they explore a bit of. Even like when they go to the theater, I bet this is something you can relate to. Random. They come to the theater and Brian is like, oh, they don't have any tickets. Like, no, it's fine. Nobody's here. You can just go.
Oh my god! Yes, they did that all the time with the shows I was in, especially the ones that weren't musicals, where it was like original shows.
Yeah,
like they don't have tickets. No, it's fine. Go in. I need an audience. Oh my god. I was just like, oh my god, they understand. I felt like I was back in I'm not gonna say the name of the theater company, but I thought I was back in that theater company again, where literally we were struggling to get people in the seats.
Pack the house.
Where literally when playwrights visited, we had cast members from other shows and play festivals sit in the audience to make it look like the illusion of the full seat.
Yeah, I remember you even you even called me to say like, can you please show up for this one?
I literally brought you to one of the shows.
Yeah, you did.
And I think the only reason I convinced you because it was dinner theater and there was food.
That's true.
When do we get the free food?
There's even a joke where like Simon is like, we're not going, and he says there's also free booze, and then he just walked right into frame, like already dressed in a jacket and a hat.
Oh, it's so great.
Is again Edgar Wright kind of comedy of like walking out of frame and then walking back into frame as part of the joke. But yeah. That's those are the first 3 episodes. Next one is gonna be part 2, where we finish up season 1, and of course because British television, these are 7 episode seasons, which don't divide very well. So
wait, there's only 7 episodes?
There's 7 episodes in each season, so there's a total of 14 episodes.
Oh, okay, so 2 seasons. All right, cool.
Yeah. So
but before that. I'm Random Bystander here.
No, you're not. I'm... Who am I?
We're all Random Bystander here.
I'm passion, anger, aggression.
And I'm Father Christmas. Oh.
And I like Resident Evil 2.
That's great.
The love of you, it would be a stylish marriage. I can't afford a carriage, but you look sweet upon the seat of a bicycle built for two.